She was conceived in the uterus of an ugly truth, so deception dripped down her chin as she fed from her mother's warm facade of an existence. Her father was the essence of honesty, but the bond between a mother and daughter just clings too tightly like dying fingers to comfortable God. 3 years old, she's dressing up in mommy's pearls and heels and learning to wear deception like a princess crown. She's learning that reality is just the way you paint it. So by the time she's 19, she's able to tell a straight-faced lie with no conscience. The first time he saw her, he understood why God created woman. She was just too beautiful to keep inside of a bone. He knew that there was nothing that could stop him from having her. Their interactions were messy, and too often she took him for granted, but he was faithful, like her name was written on his tongue since his conception. She broke his heart more times than either of them cared to admit, but he just couldn't leave her. He was birthed from the womb of innocence and fed from the breast of purity. His hands were rough as a carpenter's, and he lived to fix the broken things. 33 years old, he's dressing up like a martyr with holes of truth in his palms and a crown of thorn on his head, trying to teach comfortable sinners something like love. But he couldn't help being in love, especially with her. He wanted to save her from herself. She drank his words in like good wine that was made for her, and she couldn't help falling in love with this man that was simply living to die for her. The first love story I ever heard, the only happily ever after ever written. How ironic it came from the scarred hands of a man that simply fell in love with a broken